All right, so here's how to make a circle skirt. First, we need to find what her waist measurement would be, which I have measured. I'm doing my Minifee. I measured her waist to be like a low-rise skirt at 15.25 centimeters. So the waist measurement is equal to the circumference of the waistline of the circle skirt. So the waist equals the circumference. So we need to find the radius of that to make the pattern. To find radius is circumference divided by 2 times pi, which is math. So I went to Circulcalculator, which is calculator.net/circle-calculator.html, and I just input the circumference of 15.25 into the circumference section and clicked enter, and it gave me the radius of 2.4, but I've rounded that up. And just a reminder for terms, the circumference is the measurement around a circle, diameter is the width of the circle through the center point, and the radius is from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle, or half of the diameter. So I know my radius is 2.4 centimeters. So I am going to, I have a piece of paper that is folded in half. And this is going to be my starting point. And then I'm going to measure down 2.4 centimeters. So that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom. So that's from the point, the corner here along the folded edge down 2.4 centimeters. I'm going to go along the middle-ish, 2.4 centimeters. And I'm going to go along this edge, 2.4 centimeters. Oops. 2.4 centimeters. And any point from the center that I mark out will just give me a better circle shape. So I can connect those to create the skirt. If I had longer paper here, I could create a full-length skirt, but I don't, so I am going to create a shorter skirt. Now I'm going to go from the center point. I'm going to measure from the edge of the paper here to the center point, which is 5.5. So I'm going to go from the center point and I'm going to make marks, 5.5. Making sure I'm always lined up at that center point and always marking exactly at the bottom. So you can see that that has given me my line for the base of the skirt. Now, if I wanted it to be longer than this, I would make sure, if I wanted to add a hem to this, it'll make it shorter, of course. So if I wanted it to be this length exactly, I'd add some seam allowance to it. So this is a pattern without seam allowance. So if I cut this out, will give me half of my circle skirt with no seam allowance at all. And if I were to double it, that would give me a full circle skirt with no seam allowance, which would mean that the doll wouldn't be able to get into the skirt because it's not, unless it's a stretchy material. So you would split it here and take out of the pattern the seam allowance, and it would be slightly less than a circle skirt, but it would still have the fullness of a circle skirt. So I hope that makes sense and is helpful. Ta-da!